Whew. So how do I start this? I've been dealing with anxiety for as long as I can remember. This video is a little bit hard for me to film, but I feel like it will be very beneficial for me to kind of sit here and talk about it, not only for me, but for a lot of people out there, because I find that not a lot of people talk about this issue, and I feel like it should be spoken about. So I am gonna sit here and share my own personal journey and struggle dealing with anxiety. And I hope this doesn't only help me let the bird out and let the bird loose, but it also will be able to kind of help somebody else dealing with something similar. So I have been dealing with anxiety for as long as I can remember. It has stopped me from doing a lot. Like, I look back at my life and I'm just like, I could have been way ahead if not because of my anxiety. What does that look like for me? It means like I will not go somewhere because I know that there's gonna be a large group of people. It doesn't matter if I know them, if I don't know them, if they care even that I'm gonna be there. I wouldn't be there because there's a large group of people and I'm anxious in that setting. It has stopped me from speaking my truth, because I am scared that somebody might take it the wrong way, or I'm anxious that it might not be received in the light that I intended. I put a lot of pressure on myself. So somebody from the outside looking in might think, hey, Rabbit, you're doing pretty well. Like, you look like you have this whole life thing figured out. And to be honest, I don't. A lot of people don't. We're all trying to figure it out. And for me, I feel like I am not doing enough. I feel like I am not where I'm supposed to be. And yeah, I might only be 23, but I feel like I'm freaking going through a midlife crisis, because I see that like a lot of things that are in my head has not manifested yet. And I know it takes a lot of time and patience, but I just can't help my anxiety, and I just can't help how I feel. How do you cope with these feelings of anxiety? I am no expert, and I am currently going through the same journey, similar struggles. So I cannot give you like clear-cut solution, but I can only share that what I have been doing and what helps me out a lot throughout this journey. One thing that I do is I reflect a lot. Whenever I feel some type of way, I like to sit back and ask myself questions as to why do you feel this way, or what will make you feel better, or what in this current situation makes you feel that way. I ask myself a lot of those reflective questions, so I am able to kind of like identify with those emotions instead of just putting them to the back burner and pretending that they never occurred, because I find that that is also very damaging in itself. Besides that, I also listen to a lot of self-help books and motivational speakers. I have a 45-minute commute to work, so every single day on my commute to work, I spend time listening to people success stories, let's say. And with that, I am able to find that the common ground with all of their success stories, their journeys, is that they also had some struggle, sort of say. And if they're able to go through that struggle and come through the other end alive and successful, then I feel like I am also capable of doing the same thing. So listening to those motivational speakers and like self-help books have helped me out a lot in like rewiring my mindset and making me a little bit more motivated and taking me out of like any dark place that I might be in. Finally, I have been learning a lot to forgive myself. And what I mean by that is that I am the type of person that I hold on to a lot and I don't know what to do with it. So I find that it comes up in my future state, if that makes sense. So like I hold on to a lot from the past, and I find that because I haven't dealt with that yet, I unpack those here in the future, and that has not been very beneficial for my growth. So I find that whenever I encounter those situations, I reflect on it, like I said before, and try to let that go. So in doing that, I am able to kind of like unpack all those trauma and all those trauma and bad experiences that I've had, so that I'm able to kind of like clear the state for my future self. Yeah, those are the three main things that I feel like I have been doing to kind of combat that feeling of anxiety and like self-doubt and questioning myself and all of that. And honestly, I honestly feel like my anxiety can be detrimental to my growth, but it can also be positive, because if I don't feel those uncomfortable feelings and all those anxiousness, I will not be able to kind of like push myself to go a little bit further, because I will then be complacent to sitting down and thinking like I have everything all figured out, you know? So being uncomfortable and anxious and like dealing with like these not so good emotions have pushed me to kind of like always unlock a next level of like self-realization and self-actualization. I feel like this journey is kind of like guiding me and molding me into the person that I want to become. So I am not gonna sit here and say like it's all negative, it's all bad. I feel like I need to go through stuff like this, because if not, then I would just be the same person that I was years ago, and I have learned nothing and I haven't grown at all. So yeah, I guess it is a good thing that I'm going through this hard time, this uncomfortable time, because I know at the end of the day, there's no other way but to come out the other side a better person. So that's that. Honestly, sitting here and talking about it has lifted a huge weight off of my shoulder, because it has been something that I've been carrying on with me for a very, very, very long time. Like, I feel like I almost have to hide it, because it's like you can't show you're weak. You can't show the outside world that something is bothering you, or you have to be strong for others. You have to be strong. So just sitting here and just being vulnerable with you all has helped me out in unpacking these kind of like skeletons. So thank you for listening, and I hope me sharing my story has also helped you out in the process too. Okay, so thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you in my next video.